Israel has confirmed that at least 2 soldiers have been killed in an explosion in Rafah on Thursday in southern Gaza. A number of other Israeli troops were wounded and taken to hospital. Now, the blast caused a building to collapse. The armed wing of Hamas says its fighters were engaged in intense battles with Israeli forces. Hani Mahmoud joins us from Gaza City with the latest. Hani, do we have any more information about the 2 Israeli soldiers that were killed and what it says about Hamas's capabilities at this point?
Well, Tom, it was not until the past few hours there was so much ambiguity on what happened yesterday in Rafah, on what the led to the death of the 2 soldiers inside a building in eastern Rafah city, until the 2 statements were released, one by the Israeli army and the other one by Hamas on a Telegram account. But the Israeli military confirmed the death of 2 of its soldiers, and 2 other officers were critically injured, while Hamas's statement gives more details on what happened, as it's described what happened as a fierce engagement between its fighters on the ground and the Israeli military. A force made of 12 soldiers were led into a building, ambushed inside a building, and then anti-personnel missiles and anti-armored vehicle missiles were fired at the building, leading to the destruction and the collapse of the building while the soldiers were still inside. It's worth highlighting, it's quite rare to hear about the clashes and fighting coming from Rafah city for almost a whole year now. Even when the ceasefire agreement started, 60% of the population and residents of Rafah could not go back to the city because the Israeli military was still in control of major part of the city. And in the past months or so, the Israeli military expanded its operation, destroyed the vast majority of the city, including its remaining residential homes and public facilities and infrastructures, and pushed it close to 300,000. That's the population of Rafah city into enforced displacement campsites in Al Mawasi and other parts of the Gaza Strip. So seeing this happen is quite rare, and it's nothing more than an ambush that happened in a city that has been completely devastated by months of destruction and home demolition, systematic home destruction. We're looking at close to 80% of entire Rafah residential homes have been leveled to the ground, and nothing left for people to return to when the dust settles down.
Yeah, and Hani, obviously aid is still being blocked and strikes are continuing.
Absolutely, and the impact is quite visible right now when it comes to the availability of resources. And there is this line going on that there is enough food in Gaza. That's what the Israeli military is pushing for, that there is enough food for at least a month. But what we're seeing on the ground here is quite the contrary. We're seeing children, elderly, women are all hungry in the streets, searching for community kitchens, whatever left of those community kitchens, who, by the way, are non-operational as of today. Friday used to be a day of family getting together and eating variety of food, but not at this time. Not even community kitchens are available or operational today to provide meals for people in tent site. And it's not just the food that is not available right now. Also, water resources are dwindling. We're talking about many of the wells that have been destroyed by the Israeli military. The only desalinated water pipeline coming from the Israeli side, the Makarot line, have been destroyed and blocked by the Israeli military, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without a proper access to drinking water. And many of the wells that have been destroyed, many of those remaining and could be operational are not because of the lack of fuel, given that we are entering more than 60 days of ongoing blockade where zero drop of aid, water and supplies made its way to the Gaza Strip.
Okay, Hani, thank you so much as always for bringing us the realities of what it is like in Gaza right now. Hani Mahmoud for us in Gaza City.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.